Have you ever said to yourself, I wish my family didn't have this disorder in our genes, or if only we could protect our children in the future?
Well, if you have had thoughts like these, we would like you to reconsider your decision of gene therapy.
Gene therapy is not worth it because it has a lot of long-term harmful effects that are not beneficial down the line. What we are saying is that parents should not be able to replace their mutated gene with a normal one in their gametes, resulting in descendants that are genetically modified due to various causes physically, socially, and financially.
According to Britannica School, gene therapy is the ability to make highly specific changes in the DNA sequence of a living organism, essentially customizing its genetic makeup. Gene editing is performed by using enzymes, particularly nucleases, that have been engineered to target a specific DNA sequence where they can introduce cuts in the DNA strands, enabling the removal of existing DNA and the insertion of replacing DNA.
There are also scenarios that if the doctor performs the procedure wrong, you could potentially face greater genetic damage than you did before.
Because this is such a new process and procedure, scientists don't know yet the long-term effects and if it will actually prevent descendants from getting a certain genetic disorder in the future, since it has only been tested on 2 people in the entire world.
Last year, a geneticist in China edited the genes of a pair of twins so that they would never have AIDS in their family. Many people believed that his actions were highly immoral as well as illegal. According to MarketWatch, global gene editing market size worth of United States dollars 2.7 billion in 2015. It's estimated to witness a CAGR of 14% over the period of 2016 through 2024.
Genetically modifying humans goes against tons of religions anyway and create a further divide between science and faith.
Another potential effect of gene therapy is a drastic increase in the world's population. If you have the possibility to make specific disorders extinct in nature, all of the people who would have died from this disorder later on will now survive and overpopulate the land.
This is harmful not to our nation, but the entire world, since overpopulation could lead to a lacking of natural resources and an increase of pollution. For a real-life example, you turn to Molly.
Say that Bob and Sally had full and sickle cell anemia, and so to prevent their future children from inheriting the disorder, they get their genes edited. But they have a lower income than most of the others getting this done and barely had enough money to pay for it.
Also, because they weren't the first people to participate, finding a place to live anywhere near the doctor's office, which they will have to have visits on a regular basis for checkups and medicines, is nearly impossible to find unless they were willing to pay even more money than $1.5 million for the procedure and additional visits.
If only those who could afford the high-priced procedure participated, a greater divide between the poor, not genetically modified, and the wealthy, genetically modified, would occur.
If everyone were to have access to this procedure, homelessness would skyrocket, and Bob and Sally could be one of the thousands suddenly living on the streets. Gene therapy costs a ton of money, and if you partake in this procedure, they would face a lot of debt.
For example, if you want to treat your blindness, it would cost $500,000 for each eye to keep your kids from inheriting the disorder.
Also, it's unlikely that a lot of insurance companies will cover this procedure, both because it's new and because it supposedly protects yourself of getting the disorder. So you will be paying the majority of it all on your own.
But not only is this procedure expensive, you will still need to pay for prescription medicines and doctor visits to ensure it continues to work. Otherwise, even if you miss only a few pills, all of the money spent and the move will be for nothing.
So now Bob and Sally live in the streets, are in a massive amount of debt, and have to take a daily supplement of medicine that they can't even afford.
So this sparks up the question.
Is it even worth it?
It isn't.
Thank you for your time and considering our argument, and we hope you decide against gene therapy.